Hello, Tim. Steve and Rob here. Hey, listen, we wanted to give you a quick run through of this dashboard so that your imagination can go absolutely crazy because that's literally what it takes. This is a very, let's say, privileged dashboard that you're looking at. The reason I have access to it is that I had a lot to do with helping create it, but it doesn't matter. I have access to it. These are things that small business owners don't have access to because this is a 6, 7 figure data pool for large corporations, and we can bring this down to small business. And although I can create this data, what is really attractive to small business is being able to reverse append their existing database. Now, what that means is we can take any database like a 4 or 5,000 bowling center database, or it doesn't matter what the business is, and we can pull all of the common demographics of that particular database of any business anywhere in the United States or Canada. So let's say, for example, a particular business, and they don't even know this, but their ideal customer is really a 36-year-old white male that makes over 185,000 a year with a credit score of 750 or above, that's lived in the neighborhood for at least 8 years with a home value of 450,000 plus. How do you know all that about my customers? We know more. But let's say that was the initial criteria. What we then do, knowing that their existing customer database meets that criteria, we go into their universe of footprint and we pull everybody out that matches that ideal criteria that is not their customers, and we send tokens to them. Why? Because they're 17 times more likely to respond to it. It is the low-hanging fruit. So we can save these small businesses, it doesn't matter what size, but we can make this available to small business for the first time. We can now lower their advertising budget tremendously while increasing the results. That's what the power of this stuff is. So anyway, enough of that. Let me go into the overview so that you can just start dreaming. And then we're out of here. We already took too long in the intro. All right. So this dashboard, when you're looking at it, has geographic selects, which allows us to go to any state, any county, any city within that state. We can also do political districts, which are pretty incredible, because when you look at this, Tim, we've got congressional, House, and Senate districts all divided by every state. And remember, we have full records, which means verifiable email, phone number, mobile phone, address, every one of that, of everybody that's in this database, which is almost every adult in the U.S., about 250 million name database. So we can pull them out by these districts. We're going to see more about that later. Whether it's a marketing area, a zip code, all of that stuff, we can do all that. A geofenced radius. So that's what that little demographic is. Let's get up here and then we're going to get out of here. The demographic selects are everything about their age range. So do we want 18 to 34 people that happen to make a 250,000 a year or more with a credit rating of 750 plus, that happen to like automobiles, that are, on and on and on. They can be stacked. All of these things can be stacked. And I'll illustrate that in a second. We can pull out all the Jewish people in Orange County who are 37 years old that make over 200,000 a year with a net worth of $1 million in a home, and see, bang, 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 stack, stack, stack. That's why and the more you know, the more you pay. And this is big boy stuff, and then you can see all of this, and so that's what the demographic side is. The political selects is equally as exciting because we can go party affiliation, Democrat, Independent, whatever. You can see that's pretty self-explanatory. We also have a propensity score of any voter who is a Republican with a likelihood to swing Democrat, or a Democrat, a traditional, likely to swing Republican. That'd be very interesting to people in the political. How many times do these people vote, which means that shows a lot of how involved they are. Their voter history in the general election, their voter history in the presidential 28 to 2016, their voter history, all that stuff. And then we have automotive selects that we talked about, when we talked to you yesterday, based on the different models, makes, models, and all that. Now, I ran just a few things here just to give you an idea, because you can just go crazy. What I did over here was Orange County, California, and I want to know everybody's credit rating in Orange County, that's 600 to 800 plus. So you can see the different things here. Because what I helped organize in this dashboard is how it breaks everything down in categories. So here's what I mean. So I'm going to run that count, and we find out, it's that fast, Tim. 1,661,805 people in Orange County, California have a credit rating of right here. And do you see how it broke it out? 119,000 have 800 plus. 474,750 to 799. This is what I mean by breaking it down. Now, if I go back here and I say, wait a minute, I want to know who's earning $250,000 a year plus. So I go down here, I just click on the two, and I add that. You go up here, make sure that it was added. It is added. Now run the count, okay? And now that was reduced to 126,000 people, and it broke it out by the people with their income. So in other words, what's incredible to me is we've got 5,431 people in Orange County making $250,000 a year plus, and their credit score is only 620. What the heck's going on, Tim? Okay, I mean that, and I didn't run. What if it was lower than that? So we got, there's all kinds of things you can do. The point I wanted to make was you can break it out by the category. So here's, and you can kind of see where the numbers go and do this anywhere. I mean, it's you can see why it's so expensive. We have access to this. Now our magic bullet is being able to take everything like this, that even though very few people have access and understand this power, what we now have is a trump card of blockchain technology with tokenization and NASGO. Because now we throw that into the mix, and we're now talking about something that nobody has. And we already have things that nobody has, but when we add that trump card, it is lights out. So start dreaming. We'll talk to you later. Hopefully this works. Have a great day, Tim.